I wasn't diagnosed with ADHD until I was 22, and growing up, I thought that a lot of my ADHD symptoms were personal flaws. So here are a few things that I thought were just personal flaws, but were actually undiagnosed ADHD. The first thing that comes to mind was extreme rejection sensitivity. I've always been a people pleaser, but like literally the thought of offending someone, of being selfish, like I was afraid to ask my mom to go and get ice cream from the ice cream truck when it drove by, because I thought, well, that's selfish. What if my mom tells me that that's selfish? That would be so embarrassing. Like blah, blah, blah. Little things like that. I was so sensitive, and I just thought that that's the way that I was. And then learning, oh, that's actually something that's really common with ADHD makes so much sense. Number two, my processing speed, like my mental processing speed as a kid, was always much slower than the processing speed of all my friends. I was always the last one to get jokes, and it made me feel really stupid. And sometimes like I just wouldn't get it, and people would have to try and explain it to me, and I still wouldn't get it. And I literally chalked that up to like, you just must be dumb. Like I never fit in, and I was just like, well, maybe I'm just too dumb to get it. And when I tell you, like, I tried medication for the first time, and my brain like started working properly and connecting thoughts and thinking through things properly, and then looking back and realizing like, oh my God, like that was ADHD. Like my brain literally wasn't functioning the way it was supposed to. Number three, my auditory processing disorder. I have always had, difficulty like understanding what people are saying, especially in loud environments, constantly having to ask people to repeat themselves. And I've actually like in my early 20s, late teens, early 20s, went and got my hearing evaluated because I was convinced like I was, going deaf or becoming hard of hearing. And they actually said, so no, I think that you have something called auditory processing disorder. Your hearing is within normal range, is a little on the low end, but your hearing is within normal range. And I think that the thing that you're experiencing is that your brain is not processing what you're hearing at the same speed as like you're hearing it, if that makes sense. So I did a lot of saying what, and then as soon as the word what came out of my mouth, I'd be like, oh, did you say this? There's just that disconnect between what I was hearing and how fast my brain was processing. And for just constant overwhelm over just like absolutely everything. I never understood why it was so hard for me to just like think through things, to go from point A to point B, and to like see all the steps in between. It's like my brain could take maybe one or two steps, and then after that everything just seemed so overwhelming. And it wasn't until I got diagnosed and started taking medicine that my brain was able to clearly see all of the steps and take it one at a time. And I had no idea why everything was so overwhelming and so hard. I just thought that I was weak, that I needed to get it together, that I just needed to muscle it up and get through it. And realizing that no, that was something that was different in the way that my brain worked, and that I just needed a little bit of support from medication was incredibly empowering for me. So yeah, share your realizations in the comments. If you are late diagnosed with ADHD, what are some symptoms that you had as a child that you now realize were due to ADHD?